Sunshine, wild ones. It's Bernadette. Today is the auspicious day 11/11, and I am here with your Pick a Card Daily Tarot reading. Yes, it is Wednesday, November 11th, 2020. There's so much energy swirling around today, so if you are lagging behind, let's get up, pay attention, wipe the sleep out of your eyes, have some coffee, have some tea, have some something, but shake a tail feather and let's go, because it's big stuff today. Okay. You know, eventually y'all are going to accuse me of handpicking these cards, and I swear to Swanee I do not. But I about fell over today, and I know I say that all the time, but I don't know. What can I tell you? I'm a child. The magic and the mystical still amaze me. But when, when Starfish came out today, the Starfish on 11/11 on this Wednesday, well, Lordy me. Let me just get right into the symbolism. Okay, so I'm going to talk about Starfish first as a spirit totem and power animal and what that means for you. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about 11/11 and then how that, has anything to do with Starfish, which the intertwined, interconnectedness, I don't know. I'm getting hot. I'm having a hot flash because I don't even know. So we all know that starfish can regenerate their limbs, right? Okay. So why I bring that up first is in the deck that I use, which is my own award-winning Arcanimal Tarot and Oracle deck, which is based on the Rider-Waite deck, but includes, you can get expansion packs, and this is in the expansion packs, Friends, Family, and Lovers. When you know that starfish can regenerate their limbs, and you correlate that to the Friends, Family, and Lovers, the first message of today is, if you've got any broken relationships that have been kind of chopped off, or, there's maybe not the full kind of experience you would like to have, and just repair it. It can grow back. Believe me, there are so few circumstances under which a relationship can't grow back and regenerate, at least to some degree. The other thing that makes Starfish such an enormous message for today is the card is all about cosmic connections, mystical energies, and yes, regeneration. And there's so many stories across the world that starfish, which actually are not fish at all, and are actually considered sea stars, fell from the heavens as real stars, and then stayed in the waters to help mankind do, X, Y, and Z. In particular, it comes kind of from the Pacific area, maybe even the Hawaiian lore, but you can find a lot of stories like that through cultures throughout the world. And they wanted to help mankind in this way, to make all of our wishes come true, like that whole wishing on a star, except for now they're in the oceans and the seas and anywhere there's salt water, which is another thing about, and I'm just going to go ahead and call them like interchangeably sea stars and starfish, but that's another thing about them is they can't survive in fresh water, and that they can only survive in salt water means that you can survive in the harshest of, saltiest of kind of worlds and thrive and regenerate anytime you want. Anytime you want to grow something new, you can do that. The animals that live in the salinity, they don't think of it as harsh, but certainly humans couldn't live in that. And they're giving us a reading today. We're not giving them a reading today. So, meaning the animal kingdom is showing up for us. We're not necessarily showing up for them in the same way. But the other thing, maybe the clincher that makes starfish just such a good, who showed up, what? Is that, we think of starfish as having only 5 arms. And that's not true. Starfish they can have hundreds of arms, but the ones that we most identify with have 5 arms. So there you have the 5 elements: earth, air, fire, water, spirit. Well, at the end of every arm on a starfish or sea star, they have eyes, no matter how many arms that they have. Well, honey, you want to talk about the symbolism and meaning of a spirit animal, great googly moogly. That is like, I can see with the energy of earth, fire, water. I can see into spirit. I can see with the fire. You've got the ability to see the mystical, the magical, the things that other people can see, they just won't see. They either refuse, they don't believe, whatever. And you can see it over and over and over because of that regenerative thing that goes on with the starfish or the sea star. So that makes them the perfect, perfect, perfect animal, spirit totem and power animal for today, because Wednesdays are all about bridging the gap between the beginning of the week and the last of your week. And remember, even though that the chakra, the ruling chakra of Wednesday is solar plexus, whose color is yellow, again, that's about the creativity. It's about the regeneration. And that ties in perfectly, even though, the picture that we chose today, or the Lord, y'all, the animal that wanted to come out for the starfish just happened to be these reddy orangey ones, which, even though that color doesn't necessarily tie in with the color of the chakra today, it really does, because that color correlates to the sacral chakra, one below, which is about your passions. And when I take a look at the meaning of Mercury, remember, Mercury was the messenger between the heavens and the mortal world, right? The divine and the mortal world. So I know that you all that are watching these readings, and thank you for the way by joining me in my home, and I'm so excited to be, invited into your home or wherever it is that you watch these readings. It really is an honor. And so when I think about where you guys are at and why you would do this, why you would watch these readings, I know that you're somewhere along your journey of receiving messages and considering those messages and then possibly acting on those messages. So it's just all is in perfect alignment for the starfish or the sea star to be the animal that shows up on 11/11. It's just nuts. And so when we take a deeper look at 11/11, that number, certainly, a lot of people consider repeating numbers to be angel numbers. And that is true, I believe. I've just watched it happen over and over and over again through all the years I've been doing this. But really, I wish that more people would think even more deeply and get into the numerology of it rather than just the angelic purpose of it. And that's because 11 is a master number. And down in the comments section below, you'll see 2 links to my other website, Building Beautiful Souls, which does all things symbolism. And you'll see 11/11 as an angel number, a link to that article, and then you'll see a link to the article of 11/11 in numerology and what its numerology meanings are and what its angelic number meanings are, which is like its spiritual meaning, its biblical meaning, its, what does it mean in love? Because it's a lot more expansive than, hey, that's a powerful number. So when we take a look at 11 being a master number, if perchance you happen to have 11 as your life path number, you are just obsessed with knowing universal truths, amping up your higher awareness, connecting to your higher self. And 11s, they're the people that always remind us that we can be guided by our inner voice, that we've got a higher vibration, even if we haven't tapped totally into it yet. It is the energy of spiritual enlightenment. So as you move through this Wednesday, 2 things. Think about what familial, and friends, family, friends, even lovers, that you might want to reconnect with, you might want to regenerate something with, and that may be regenerating a romantic relationship, a mother-daughter, a mother-son, a father, whatever. That could be that. You could have a second cousin once removed that y'all got in a fight over Thanksgiving dinner, of, somebody was pissy about the cranberry or something and got their tail feathers bent out of whack, and who knows? People have all kinds of stuff that they go buck wild about. But today is that day to consider that, because the divine energy of that, the 11/11, the master number 11, the starfish, the regeneration, the cosmic downloads that are coming into you. You may even be considering that about a job or a career path or whatever. There are so many people that are going on new career paths, and they're not really new since all the pandemic craziness started, but they're remembering what they once wanted to do, and they zigged when they know they should have zagged, and so they're back zigging again. And then there are some people that went on to other careers, they did them both, but now they're rediscovering that they really haven't lost a passion for that. And even though, I'm a prime example of this. I was in the entertainment business for forever and ever, And I started out acting and plus size modeling and doing stand-up comedy, all that kind of stuff when I was a kid. And then I got away from it, you know, for me, and I helped other people and I taught acting and I loved being a manager and that kind of thing. But certainly there's some element of that I mean, well, I say there's an element of that comes through in my videos, and it has helped me rediscover a part of myself that I really love that I hadn't used in a long, long time. But really, I wish I could tell you all this all was acting. If you knew me personally, you know just what a quirky, kooky person I am. Because this really is how I talk, and it really is how I act. Just ask anybody that's gotten a reading from me. They're like, "You're the same person," and I'm like, "Yeah, I can't help it." So, anyway, it's such a call for that at this moment in your life, is the love, the career, the passions. It could be a, you know what, maybe you did crochet or something as a kid and haven't had a chance to do that and you want to get back on the plan. Okay, do it. It's a great energy and time to do that. Now, if you are trying to think of, okay, well, what kind of, you know, other meanings? Well, I'm not going to go into the whole numerology because not every one of y'all out there have the number 11 as like your destiny number, your life path, or your, you know, personality number or expression number, all that kind of stuff. But it is the number of your heart's desire. It is the number of your soul desire. And that's everything we just talked about right there. So I would really encourage you to take a look at anything you can today about the master number 11, the repeating number 1111, and as an angel number, let's say that you've been seeing the number 1111 a lot, and I'll find that that synchronicity certainly happens as the anticipation of 1111 on the calendar comes. Remember, we attract what we think about, right? Whatever we're focused on, whatever our intention is, it shows up in front of us. Even if we think, you know, I'm not going to think about 1111, I'm not going to think about 1111, I'm not just going to let 11 show up organically. Girls, boys, you done said 1111 3 times. If that's not spell work, if that's not manifestation, if that's not a mantra, I don't know what is. That's why I always tell y'all, do not focus on what you don't want, because sure enough, that's what's going to show up for you. Focus only on what you want and get rid of the fear. But when you take a look at angel numbers, 1111 is super powerful. It's a repeating number. It's a master number to begin with. And you'll see in the article, if you read it on my site, Building Beautiful Souls, that whole thing about what it is for 1111 to be an angel number, it is not uncommon for you to have an epiphany. Like a duh, should have had a case of V8 moments. It is all about improved communication and the ability to convey your own visions in a way that others can understand, even yourself. And it is all about the focus. It is an amazing tool for manifestation. So on this evening, in the whatever moon is out, I forgot to check the moon phase for today, you could do well by yourself to call out starfish energy and marry that medicine with the numerology of today, the angel number of today, which is 1111, a master number, a repeating number. Something you've been wanting to manifest or regenerate or breathe life back into, and maybe it's just that you want to have a higher, you know, thing of awareness. I hope she won't mind. I won't mention her by name, but I just had a gal call and book a reading. You know who you are, and I thank you for this. And I hadn't been on the phone with her 20 seconds, and I just felt like I was being hypnotized. And I said, "Man, your voice, it's hypnotizing." I said, "Do you are you in music? Do you do healing of some kind with sound?" Or I remember exactly what I told her. She says, "Well, I do have a music degree." I was like, "Oh, that's it." And it was like that, to tap into her energy. But that's the space that I live in every day, y'all. I've got to, because I do the videos and I do this and I do my sites and I do readings in between, from the time I wake up in the morning, I have to attune myself to get those messages when they come. And sure enough, just like that, I was like, because music does that to me. And Lordy be this person's voice, it is so melodious. I'm telling you, she could hypnotize the world if she ever wanted to. If she ever got into like, what is it? Neuro-linguistic programming. God, governments would hire her to be on TV for them because she would just make the whole world do this. But anyway, so I hope that was helpful. I just want to mention very quickly, if starfish or sea star is your spirit animal, it is coming to you for every reason we said, because all of those reasons are very sensitive. The attunement to the higher awareness, to the cosmic energies, to regenerating the things that you want to start in life, to your family, your friends, your lovers. It's time to shine the starlight on them, you guys. It's time to really take a look at those relationships and see how you can make it shimmer and shine even more. If starfish is your totem animal, and living in Florida, man, I mean, if it isn't starfish, it's dolphin or manta ray that everybody identifies here with. And so I just see a lot of people that really tap into that energy. And you just have a natural understanding of kind of the cosmic order of things. It's not even just the psychic awareness or the intuitive part. It really is kind of the cosmic order. You can look at a situation and kind of hear 4 or 5 sides of a story and go, well, if that didn't happen, then that wouldn't have happened. But if that person made that choice, and here's how it really should be, and you're usually right and err on the good of everyone. So we love you, we love you, starfish, sea star totem people. Now, if you want to invoke starfish as your power animal, you know, they're more powerful critters than you might think. First of all, they have an amazing way that they protect themselves. They have these spiny things and their hide on the outside and whatever. They're tougher than you might think they are. And that is, they also don't have blood. Now, how does that have to do with being tough? Well, because, listen, why don't we do the hard things in life? We're afraid of the bleed out. We're afraid of the pain. We're afraid of facing fear. Starfish didn't have that problem. They got no fear. Whack them up, they'll grow back. Now, obviously, if you chop them in half, I don't think that's going to happen. I may be wrong about that fact. I'd have to look that up. But bottom line is they have no fear. And really, honestly, unless you're talking about a straight up somebody, chopping you up, and it can feel like you've been chopped up in your heart if you've got, love things going on or whatever, or any kind of thing. It can really feel like that. Okay, I understand. Believe me, I'm Heartache Sally, but you can, or Heartache Henrietta. There we go. We love alliteration. Heartache. You can put yourself back together. It's the natural way of things. It's not like that. And it's not like that because even if your physical body goes, well, I'm out, and it's lights out, your soul, your essence, your consciousness, it is a forever thing. Forever and ever and ever and ever. Which seems exciting until you think about living forever and ever and ever, and it may not be so exciting. But careful now, when you call on starfish or sea star as a power animal, be very, very, very clear. Speak your truth, speak it succinctly, sync it up, say it exactly. Don't focus on what you don't want, only focus on what you do want, especially today of all days, 11/11. If you're going to start calling in starfish or sea star as your power animal, be very clear about what you want. Don't speak what you don't want. Just don't do it. Okay, I hope that's been helpful. I would encourage you to pick up your copy of the Archanimal Tarot and Oracle deck. Woo! The experiences you can have with the animal allies are crazy. Also subscribe to my YouTube and get all of the readings and all the other about zillion videos we're about to put up. Start getting them now, and you get them first. And also, I just want to put a bug in your ear about something. I am going to start a membership channel where the people that are members, I haven't decided, it's super, super, super low price a month, but y'all will get a lot of extra things, like I'll show up a few times a month, once a week, or maybe even more, to do free readings, like they do on Facebook Lives and that kind of thing. Maybe 1 class a month. It might be 2 classes a month, but for sure 1 class a month. You guys will have access to all of that. And also a private message board on my website, whatismyspiritanimal.com. So just keep watching out for that. And all of that said, what's the most important thing? To stay wild.